Ladies and gentlemen, we definitely have some things to get into in today's video. Some information you might have missed inside the Brawl Talk that will be coming in this next update, as well as the update in June. And I gotta be honest with you all, I made a huge mistake in yesterday's video that we need to get into in today's video as well. But guys, hopefully you're all excited. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go. So everybody, I think it's very important to start off with the mistake that I made in yesterday's video that I'm not so proud of, but thankfully there are so many other content creators that make Brawl Stars content whenever an update comes out that I'm sure you guys heard of all the information. Now it all stems back to Rogue Mortis and the information that I saw right off the get-go. Guys, I wish you would have been able to see my very first reaction to watching the Brawl Talk, because I made some pretty inaudible noises when I first saw the information on Rogue Mortis that I don't think I've ever made in my life. I was so happy, guys. When I first saw Rogue Mortis, I was over the moon and almost a little bit too excited. Now you may be wondering, Ray, what was the mistake you made? Well, I think I may have jumped the gun when I first saw the information on Mortis that I just snapped, and I started making a video on the Brawl Talk getting ready for the video that you saw that day. But if you watched the video yesterday that I posted, you may have noticed that I missed some very critical information.
My mistake.
So yeah, guys, of course, I missed the information of the new things coming out in June in the next update. They did this format in the previous Brawl Talk as well, leaking out stuff about Sprout, as well as some skins coming out in the next update when we got it, where they're doing it in the same way this time around, where we have a little bit of information on the new Brawler, as well as 3 new skins coming in June. We have Summer Pam, Evil Jean, and Constructor Jackie. Amazing skins. I'm a huge fan of them. I saw the Brawl Talk literally right after, guys. I saw a bunch of stuff and thumbnails and things like that where I was like, how did I miss this? I'm so stupid. I felt so bad, but I guess we all have Brawl moments here and there. But now I'm able to cover it in today's video, so I'm very much so looking forward to getting into some of the little things about the new Brawler that I noticed. So I'm sure you've all seen this by now about the new Brawler, but his basic attack is unlike anything we've seen in the game so far, to the point where I've been seeing pro players kind of speculating that this is going to be a relatively higher skill cap Brawler when he is released. So I'm very much so looking forward to this. I love unique things in the game, and this is definitely something that I've never seen. But the way this basic attack is laid out, it's making me think that if you manage to land the Brawl that you're aiming at in that circle where all the 3 basic attacks align, you might get some added damage of some sort, or maybe an added effect. Because it has such a small radius, if you manage to land all those shots right there, there has to be something unique about it, right? This pattern, this display is so strange. Only one of them lands, it looks like. As you can see, the bottom one makes contact with the M's, and it looks like the other 2 kind of just fade away. They don't explode or anything like that, and we get 980 damage. Now, of course, you could make the argument that 2 of them land right there, but in my opinion, I think it looks like just one of them made contact with the M's. So 980 damage times 3. Had to whip out the trusty calculator for that one, but if you manage to land all 3 of the shots, if it does indeed 980 per little orb, you're looking at 2,940 damage. So that's quite a lot, but it would make sense because it looks like it's going to be kind of tricky to land all 3 of them at once because of the pattern which it shoots off. But I'm really looking forward to seeing more about this new Brawler. We really only know things about his basic attack right now, and very minimal about the basic attack. So I slowed it down even further on a different part here, and there was just a blip where he managed to land 3 of the orbs and 2,940 popped up. So it looks like that is going to be the damage that this character is doing if you manage to land all 3, which is crazy. That's a lot of DPS. The next thing that I wanted to point out from the gameplay of the June sneak peeks of the newest Brawler, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, we see a little chat bubble right by the basic attack triggers. Ryan did mention that these little emojis are going to be usable in chat rooms in the actual Brawl Talk, but we saw a little subtitle or clip after they got done talking about the pins that it's going to be coming to battles soon. So I'm assuming in May we're going to be getting the pins and able to use them for chat rooms when you're about to hop into a game. But then in June, with all this content coming out, we might be able to get actual usage of them in games, which I'm very much so looking forward to. I really hope that does come to the game. I want that badly. Next, getting into the new skins that were sneak peeked in June, we have Summer Pam, Evil Jean, as well as Constructor Jackie. I'm a huge fan of these ones. I feel like they are fantastic skins. I'm a huge fan of the Evil Jean one. I think that looks looks so cool. I think it's going to probably be the most expensive of the three, but I would like to get into a separate point. I feel like this is a little bit of a stretch and definitely speculation on my part, but as you can see, it's kind of following the same pattern as the skins that we're getting in May. So we have Rogue Mortis, looking good. We have Guard Rico, as well as Tropical Sprout. Now we also have Barbarian King Bull, but I feel like that's kind of its own separate entity. It doesn't follow like a certain theme or anything like that. It's just a celebration for the 10-year anniversary for Supercell, but I'm sure you guys noticed the difference between these. Rogue Mortis as well as Guard Rico have the same theme as the Brawl Passes theme, Tara's Bazaar, and that's going to be the gameplay that we're seeing in the background for the Brawl Talk as well. I'm sure we're going to be getting this theme change for a lot of the maps in the game as well, but as you can see, Sprout has a different theme to his skin, and I thought it was just going to be like a funny troll take, a funny skin for Sprout, but I also think it's pointing to possibly a new theme change for the next update as well. The new skins that we're getting in the June update, we also have a summer themed skin for Pam, much like the Sprout skin, the Tropical Sprout, as well as we have Evil Gene that kind of fits in that same realm as the Tara's theme. So maybe we're looking at, for season 2 of the Brawl Pass, more of like a summer theme and skins and a theme change for the maps coming out in that area as well. Now Constructor Jackie, I feel like is kind of a little bit out of the norm. I'm not sure what that would fall into, but maybe time will tell. I just thought that was a fun little connection to make out of this. So maybe June, like a summer theme for the Brawl Pass, I'm not sure. So next I'd like to get into some of the things that you might have glazed over when watching the Brawl Talk that is changing in this next update, and definitely understandable. There was a lot of huge content coming in the Brawl Talk that is definitely captivating and definitely makes it quite easy to pass over some of the other things that are changing in the game that aren't so crazy huge or spectacular and stuff like that. So the very first one is from a picture you guys already saw, but that is Poco getting a change to his displays. So he's looking quite a bit different. He's winking. He looks more like cartoonish and stuff like that, as well as right next to him, Pam is getting a little bit of a change with her Brawler remodel along with it. So I think they look fantastic. I'm digging the Poco one. I love the wink. He's looking so freaking cute, but I thought I'd point that out just because I feel like some people kind of passed over that. But another thing changing in this next update. Another super important thing to point out in the Brawl Talk that was brought to my attention from a user over on Twitter. Thank you so much for doing so. But as you can see, Mortis has new animation when running. He's holding his shovel in a certain way that is different from before. It looks like he's more like hunched over and actually like dashing, running super fast, and I'm a huge fan of that as well. I just didn't notice it from the Rogue Mortis gameplay because I thought it was just animation for the Rogue Mortis, but we get to see a little bit of animation from the new Hot Zone revamp gameplay. So Mortis running just a little bit different than before. So I like those little juicy changes. It's nice that they actually took some time with Mortis this time around. Maybe if we do get a set of balance changes, we'll get a Mortis buff. Hopefully, cross your fingers. I would like to reiterate once again that we may have confirmation on getting the emojis in game from this little chat bubble that I brought up earlier in the video today, but that is another thing that some people may have glazed over, being masked by all the other crazy info in the Brawl Talk. And the final thing that I thought was really interesting to share with all of you guys was a little bit of information on Gail that not a lot of people are talking about. So of course we already have confirmation that Gail is in the same family as Mr. P because he works in Mr. P's hotel. So now I guess Mr. P is a hotel owner. I didn't know that before. Maybe we knew that, but I just didn't pick up on it. But there's also some other fun backstory that Frank mentioned right at the beginning of Gail's introduction. So take a listen.
The old guy, and he's somewhat of a janitor in Mr. P's hotel. He's overworked, he's carrying way too heavy luggage for his age, and genuinely, he should have been replaced by a robot years ago.
So I'm not sure if this was intentional by Frank, but if it is, that is freaking hilarious, and I love it. And it tells a little bit of a different story here in Brawl Stars, but as you guys heard, he said that Gail should have been replaced by a robot years ago, kind of adding to that whole conspiracy that we have in Brawl Stars that Mr. P is indeed a robot. Why would he replace a human being with a robot? Is that something that he's done in the past? Are there other robots in Brawl Stars? Stars? Is Mr. P indeed just a robot himself and he thinks that they are better or function at a higher level, so the robot could replace Gail and do a better job at what Gail does every single day at the hotel? I'm not sure, guys. It's adding some fun and mystery to Brawl Stars that I'm a huge fan of. So maybe Mr. P, confirmed by Frank, is an actual robot. Pretty dang interesting. But yeah, guys, that's basically all that I wanted to share with you all in today's video. Some information on the new stuff coming and some things that you may have glossed over inside the Brawl Talk. There is definitely going to be a sneak peek coming. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm sure it's going to be starting up this week on some content of the actual update stuff before it does come out. And I'm assuming the update is going to be coming out sometime this week. Again, make sure to stay tuned. I'm going to be going over everything you need to know. But to end things off here, I wanted to share a few different artworks over on Twitter that I found that were incredibly wholesome, and I love them so much. Looks like Gail is kind of similar to Dynamite. I'm sure they would hit it off very well. Very good friends in the game. Loved this drawing. I don't know the username's name, but it's Chi 2016. Hopefully I said that right. Really good artwork. And then I saw this one this morning as well by Devo Chikai. Hopefully I said that right as well. It looks like he spent a lot of time, he or she spent a lot of time on this drawing. I guess 10 hours to do this, so mad props to the artwork here. I'm in love with this picture. Guys, just take a look at Rogue Mortis. Rogue Mortis just makes this update insanely amazing for me, at least. But yeah, guys, that's about it for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys are all excited for the update coming out here very soon. If you are, make sure to slap a like on it. Make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that bell button so we can stay notified when this new stuff does come around the corner. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. But with that being said, everyone, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.